like the camera.
class, we would like to welcome you to the 2018 Slinger graduation ceremony.
We would also like to remind you that today's ceremony is a special event that will be conducted in a respectful and dignified manner. When Mr. Orada announces the graduates later in the program, please be respectful of each and every graduate.
To avoid distracting the recognition of other students, please refrain from the use of noisemakers, yelling, screaming, and such. We want every parent in the audience today to clearly hear their student's name read aloud in recognition of their graduation. Thank you in advance for your cooperation.
Now, we would like to welcome Slinger High School class of 2018.
We have spent 4 wonderful years in this school, and congratulations to everyone for making it to this day together.
I would like to introduce this year's Mistress of Ceremonies, Vicente Ibid. Vicente began school here her sophomore year, and since then has become a part of Science Olympiad, Class Officers, Physics Student of the Year, and National Honor Society, participating in Taekwondo, tennis, and in track and field captain. Her role as a student is to be a team player, not just in sports, but by helping other students in class. Next year, she will be attending UWM to study architectural and structural engineering in the SARA program and hopes to excel in the career field.
I would like to introduce this year's Master of Ceremony, August Byer. Augie has been a member of Student Council, National Honor Society, and marching band for many years. He is also a captain of the cross-country and track teams, and just last night got home from the state track meet. Next year, he will be studying nuclear engineering at Marquette University while continuing his love for running as a Golden Eagle. He has also received a 4-year Naval ROTC scholarship for the university and hopes to one day become a naval officer.
I would now like to introduce our principal of Slinger High School. Please welcome Mr. Phil Orada.
Good afternoon, students, parents, family members, community members, staff, and honored guests. If you look at the program today, you see that at this point in the ceremony, I'm giving you the welcome speech. I'm going to change the word welcome to persevere. The ability to persevere is what embodies our military, and to pay respect for those who choose to serve our country, I would like any student from the class of 2018 who is enlisted in the military to please stand, along with any active or former military personnel who are in attendance today to be recognized. Thank you all for your patriotism and sacrifices for our freedom that we hold so dearly. Now, I'm going to challenge the class of 2018 to take on a responsibility, and that responsibility is to persevere. To persevere is the ability to keep pushing forward towards a goal despite the obstacles or failures that are encountered along the way. Each and every student sitting before us today has exhibited the will to persevere in getting to this point in their education. These students have worked their way through 13 long years of education and are now ready to move into the next stage of their lives by going to a 4-year college, attending a technical college, entering the workforce, or the military. My charge to you, the class of 2018, is to keep pushing forward to reach the goals you set for yourselves. It is very easy to allow a speed bump become a roadblock. Don't allow yourself to fall in that way of thinking. If you encounter a speed bump, go over it, go around it, but don't let it stop you. When you feel you might be losing the desire to persevere, remember what got you to this point in your lives. For most of you, it was your families and your drive to make your family proud of your accomplishments. That same sense of family will drive you forward in your adult lives. It is this sense of family that provides many of us the drive to make the right choices in life and pursue our goals, to persevere. When given a hard decision in life, remember to choose the path that will make your family proud of you as they are today. There will be times when you feel like you have failed at something. Don't let that slow you down or stop you. The fact is that during your lifetime, you will face great difficulties at one time or another. You will not be judged by the mistakes or failures that happen, but your character will be judged by how you handle these problems, how you overcome these problems, how you persevere. Walt Disney, the man who built Disney World, the happiest place on earth, was once fired from a job because he was told he lacked imagination and had no good ideas. Think of Disney World and all the movies that the Disney company has produced. They are full of imagination. Steven Spielberg, one of the most influential filmmakers in history. The man is responsible for the movies Jaws, Jurassic World, Indiana Jones movies, and dozens of other blockbuster films, was rejected 3 times by the USC School of Cinematic Arts. He then went to another university and succeeded despite rejections of USC. When faced with difficult times, neither of these two gave up. They pushed on and over those speed bumps. They did not let life put up a roadblock. They persevered. As you, the class of 2018, leave this gym today, keep this message in your heart. As you go through life, make choices for you and your family. Make your family proud of those choices and goals, and keep pushing forward with your plans for your life and your goals. Persevere. Cesar Chavez, who was a civil rights activist, was famous for saying, yes, we can. I'd like to borrow his phrase and say, yes, you can. Yes, you can be successful. Yes, you can reach your goals. And yes, you can persevere. Congratulations to the class of 2018.
Now we would like to introduce the superintendent of Slinger School District, Mr. Sievers. For as long as anyone can remember, Mr. Sievers has been an integral part of the Slinger School District, serving first as a guidance counselor and then as the dean of students at the high school.
He moved from the Allenton principal, then became the high school principal, and is now superintendent. Please welcome Mr. Dan Sievers.
Every time they say that, I don't feel any less young, but that's okay. Thank you all again this time. Appreciate it. Good afternoon. I'm deeply honored to be able to have a small part in today's ceremony and say a few words to this great class of 2018. But first I have to ask, how do you like the air conditioning? This will be the first of many public thank yous for the support of the improvement projects throughout the campuses, so more to come. As a lot of people do when they write speeches, I really wanted to come up with an excellent quote to wrap my speech around. I love quotes. And I was looking high and low for a power quote that will appropriately launch you into whatever exciting pathway lies ahead for you. I considered quotes from historians and philosophers, professional athletes, and world leaders. But in the end, the quote I kept coming back to was a very simple quote that changed my life. The words came from someone I love and respect more than anyone in the world, my mom. And there are a lot of beloved moms and dads and other family members in the audience today, so keeping this connected to family only seemed fitting. When I was 11 years old, my mom said some words to me that I've hung on to and developed a mindset in me forever. She said, the only failure is not trying. Here was the context. As an 11-year-old boy growing up in the countryside of Minnesota, I never saw myself working in schools. I had different plans. I was quite certain I was going to be a star quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. Well, you laugh. I think there was something to that because the Vikings still have not solved their quarterback problem. The first step towards any greatness involves training and practice and train I did. From sunup until sundown, I was out in my yard throwing that football around. We didn't have any neighbors because we lived out in the country, so I had to throw to imaginary receivers and imaginary returners were fielding my kickoffs. I'm pretty sure that all the people who drove by were pretty worried about me as they saw me sprinting around the yard, juking would-be tacklers. I'm pretty sure there were whispers in the community about that Sievers boy playing with his imaginary friends again. As fall approached, I heard about a local competition called Punt, Pass, and Kick. So I had my parents sign me up because this seemed to be the next logical step in my professional aspirations. I continued to train, so I was in peak form for the competition. Then, the Saturday morning came. My mom drove me to the local football field where a mass of boys were assembled. But there's one problem. I didn't know anybody. You see, I was attending a local private school of about 80 kids, and this was my first time mingling with all those public school kids. I was shy and I was scared. 5 minutes before my age group was to begin, I turned to my mom and I said, I want to go home. I started to panic. No matter how much I had trained, I wasn't prepared to perform in front of all these other kids. And that was when my mom spoke the words to me that changed me forever. She said, you don't have to go out there and compete. That's fine, but I'm not giving you a ride home. You're going to have to walk home or figure something else out, but I'm not helping you. I protested and said, but I'm afraid to fail. And she further explained, she said, Darren, the only failure will be not trying. You have prepared for this for months. Either go out there and give your best, or you can walk home. So, I went out and I punted and I passed and I kicked the best I could. And, ironically, I got first place. Now please don't confuse this with Tyler Evans being the national punt passing kick competition champion in 8th grade. That was far more impressive. I competed against 13 other boys in a small town in Minnesota. This is not some made-for-TV moment, but a lesson was learned that day that changed my life forever. And while I wish I could say that this was all rooted in bravery, the bottom line of the matter was I was more scared to walk 5 miles home into the country than I was to punt, pass, and kick a ball a few times in front of some strangers. I had a choice to make. So what does this have to do with you, the class of 2018? Well, I would contend a lot. You have been training for this next step in life for 14 years, dating back to those first half days in 4K. Your talents have been developed at a much more rigorous and challenging level than an 11-year-old boy with his imaginary friends. You are ready, and there is no need to worry about failure because you will do something great with your gifts. The only failure will not be doing anything, not using your gifts and talents to chase those dreams. As I thought about it more, sports do provide us with some pretty amazing lessons in life. In baseball, a 300 hitter is considered great, but that means that that hitter is getting out 7 out of 10 times that they go to the plate. NFL quarterbacks who complete 70% of their passes are considered incredibly accurate, yet 30% of their passes hit the turf. Unless, of course, you're throwing those imaginary receivers like I did, and then you never missed a pass ever. In the end, you will fail at 100% of the things you don't try. You cannot get your dream job unless you apply an interview. You won't get admitted to the school that you prefer unless you take the placement test and complete the admissions process. Truly, the only failure is not trying. So class of 2018, I want to close my message with 2 challenges. And I guess you considered them your last 2 assignments. And you thought you were all done with those assignments. I have 2 for you. Today, and in the coming days, think about someone you love who said something profound that changed your life, and take the time to thank them for being in your corner. Recently, 36 years later, I finally thanked my mom for taking that hard line with me back in 1982 and teaching me that life lesson. Don't wait 36 years to thank your keepers. Second, go forward today with confidence. You are ready. Amongst the 236 of you, there are likely 236 different paths. Regardless of what twists and turns are on the horizon, the only way to get there is by trying. You are ready. No matter what your plans are, the most important thing is that they're your plans. You got yourself to this point. Now take that next step with confidence. So on behalf of the school board, all of the bus drivers, the food service workers, the paraprofessionals, teachers, and administrators of the Slinger School District, congratulations on your graduation. We are all so very proud of you. Something great is out there waiting for you. Just try. Thank you.
We would now like to invite our choir members to please come forward and perform.
The Slinger High School choirs will now present 2 graduation songs. First, our combined choirs, along with their graduation seniors, sing Fly Away Home. This reflective piece is about embarking on your journey and exploring the world, but always remembering Graduates, the same is true for you. You are always welcome back at Slinger, and we hope you will keep in touch.
Afterwards, the graduating seniors would like to present their final song as Slinger choir members, appropriately titled, "We Won't Stop Dreaming." This piece perfectly parallels the place where our graduates are at, as it speaks of standing in a moment of transition and making the choice to work hard and follow your dreams.
Won't you
This senior class is full of excellent leaders and students with great character. Slinger's tradition is to select two honor speakers for today's ceremony from the top 10 ranked students in the class.
It is an extra special honor for our class to have selected Caleb Zabel and Emily Rothenhofer as our honor speakers. These speakers are selected by us, their classmates, to represent our graduating class with their words of inspiration, insight, and wisdom. Please welcome the honor speakers for the class of 2018, Caleb and Emily.
Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, friends, family, people who may have just stumbled in here today because you thought there was some sort of free pancake luncheon going on. My name is Caleb Zabel, and it's an honor for you because you get the chance to hear me speak today. I bet you are all sitting out there waiting for me to deliver the most inspiring speech that you've ever heard about how we are all going to go off and be something wonderful after today. Well, I'm excited to see what this speech is about as well, since I paid my 13-year-old sister, Callie, $2.38 to write this speech for me. So, here we go. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be up here. All of us girls are growing up so fast. Sorry folks, looks like I have to go to plan B and read the speech that I wrote instead. So, here it goes. Why? 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 Think about that for a second. When I said that, some of you may have been thinking about the word why as a question. Some of you may have been thinking about that as a way of explaining an answer. Some of you may have been thinking about the place where you learned how to swim. And I bet a lot of the adults in here were thinking about the village people. Why? Don't you see it? The truth is, like all of our paths in life so far, everyone's definition sitting here today of why is different. This is what makes each of us unique and special. But, class of 2018, all of us sitting here today have the same question. Why on earth did anyone in their lucid minds think it was okay for Mr. Gundrum, Mr. Olson, Mr. Doomer, Mr. Maybe, and Mr. Schneider to form a boy band and almost ruin high school for all of us? Or why Mr. Strand would ever think it was a good idea to bleach his hair? Sorry, goodness, I keep getting off topic. I wonder why. Maybe because every time I look over at Lathan Becker, his Abraham Lincoln beard continues to creep me out. I was thinking back the other day and recollecting the speech I gave many of you in 8th grade. I talked about how high school was a new journey for us and how, as we got older, we would become more independent. Throughout the last 4 years, we grew up physically, mentally, and emotionally. We loved, we laughed, we won, we lost. We hugged, we fought, we cried, and most importantly, we have made a lasting imprint in our community and Slinger High. The other things we also did a lot was sleep and not clean our rooms all that well. Hey Mom and Dad, you have to take the good with the bad in life. The journey through high school was not easy, especially when it came to test taking. Let's take a journey through high school with that in mind. As freshmen, trying to find our way, figuring out who we were, meeting new people, learning that you can't ace a test just by showing up to one of Mr. Tremmel's early morning science reviews like middle school. Then, as sophomores, let's be honest, the only test that really mattered that year was passing the driver's test and never having to stand at the end of the road and wait for the bus with the middle schoolers. Junior year, another important test that we all freaked out about, the ACT. Some took it once, some took it twice, some, like Matulski, took it 73 times. Senior year, well, here comes the reality test. Let's revert back to the word that I used earlier, why. Why do I want to go to college? Why don't I want to go to college? Why do I feel like I have to figure out at 18 what I'm going to be in life? I'm not going to pretend to stand up here and tell you the answers to any of those questions, but I do know this. We have been prepared for these next steps in life better than anyone. The reason I say this is because I truly believe that we have the best collective group of educators, coaches, directors, and leaders in the Slinger District than any other. The passion that we have felt in our classes, organizations, athletics, etc. has been second to none. They are the reason that when somebody down the road asks us where we are from, there's no prouder response than simply Slinger. Class of 2018, please stand and give a deserved hand to all of those individuals that have touched our lives. To our families, your fingerprints will forever be on our hearts. You are the ones who taught us how to hold a spoon. You were the ones that taught us how to get on that bike after falling off. You were the ones who put a Band-Aid on us when we had a scratch. You were the ones that lay there with us, scared to death when we had a fever. You were the ones that got up each day or night to go off to a job that you maybe didn't enjoy at the time, simply to make a better life for us. We know that it wasn't easy then, and it still isn't easy now, but we know that whatever it took, we were and are your why. Just know that we have always been ready for the next journey. When we walked into school for the first time in 4K, we were scared to death, and we know you were too. When we walked into middle school for the first time, we were scared to death, and we know you were too. When we walked into high school for the first time, we were scared to death, and we know you were too. Well, guess what? The next journey will be the same. When you drive away from us in a few months, or we drive away from you in a few years, it will be just as hard for us as it will for you. But, as we were your why for the past 18 years, please allow us to find out our why in life. You may not understand the path we take at times, but know that we are trying to make that why an answer and not a question. Okay, now that I got all the moms and grandmas crying in the room, and a few of the men who are in touch with their feminine side, Mike Becker, it's time to wrap this thing up. I heard an awesome stat the other day. Slinger High School has the highest percentage of students in the state going to UCLA. Yeah, UCLA. No, not the place in California. I mean the University of Cudahy by the lake almost. As we walk out of here today, remember why. It is our generation who will be tasked to figure out both the question and the answer. Why? Heck, I don't know, but I can't wait for all of us to figure it out.
A study was done to find what people are the happiest. It found that the happiest people are those at the beginning of their lives and those at the very end. But what truly makes a person happy? Happiness is defined as the state of feeling or showing pleasure and contentment. Some people claim to be happy when they get a raise at their job, or when they finally buy that cute new expensive outfit, or when they start hanging out with people that everyone wants to be friends with. We bought into the lie that these things will satisfy us, but then time and time again, we're left empty-handed. So how can we change our mindset to make ourselves truly happy with the life that we live? Before I go any further, I'd like to thank all of you for coming here this afternoon to support the graduating senior class of 2018. Also, a big thanks to all the staff for not only giving us a structure in academics for the rest of our lives, but also sincerely having our best interests at heart. I'd also like to thank my family as well for making me the unwanted middle child that got bullied by the rest of the family. And finally, I'd like to thank some of my personal role models that have inspired me throughout the years, including Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, Michael Scott, and Napoleon Dynamite. I'm grateful that I'm able to speak in front of all of you today, but as ankle as I am, I'm just sitting up here hoping that the fire alarms don't go off again for the 30th time this year. As Mr. Seaver said earlier, this is our first year of air conditioning, so I hope that's just a sign that I won't feel like passing out up here, but I guess we'll see. So how can we be happy human beings? In order to get anywhere in life, we need to take risks instead of sticking to the status quo. Maybe to you, that means joining a new club in college, exercising more every day, or maybe just learning how to do the wash. My mom still does my laundry, so sadly I can't tell the difference between the washer and the other thing. On the other hand, some of us might enjoy the more thrilling risks, like riding a roller coaster, going skydiving. Do whatever works for you. Step outside of your comfort zone. I mean, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But I guess to some people, they think that whatever doesn't kill you makes you invincible. Don't be reckless in your decisions. Dwight Schrute from The Office said, "Whenever I'm about to do something, I think, would an idiot do that? And if they would, I do not do that thing." We will all fail at some point. Wherever you go in life, there will be times where you don't know everything. Maybe you won't know anything. But at some point, you gotta jump in, and hopefully you don't drown, because I know some of you still can't swim. Don't wait until later, because some opportunities only come once in a lifetime. The older you get, the more risks you take, and the more confidence that you'll gain in yourself. And now that we're finally here, it might actually be time to take things more seriously and act our actual age. I know most of you still have your moms pack their lunch for you for school, and I'll even go as far to say that they cut the crust off their sandwiches. But most of us have seemed to mature a little bit throughout the years. I used to wake up 2 hours before the bus came freshman year thinking I actually had to get ready that early, and now most of us struggle just getting up to the alarm 10 minutes before school starts. Unfortunately, a few of you might still not be able to find your way around school. Considering the fact that I personally know nothing about construction and metals classes, I always tend to get lost every time I walk down to the school basement. And finally, the more we spent here, especially after we learned how to drive, the more sense it made that people would get mad at you if you walked on the left side of the hallway. But now as we enter adulthood, we'll realize that we'll just be starting over again from scratch. Most of us won't ever even grow up. We'll just learn how people expect us to act in public. But we'll all get older. But that doesn't mean that we have to lose our sense of fun. I might be going into college, but I'll still be opening up new boxes just so I can pop some bubble wrap. While we'll all be busy in our lives, it's more important to enjoy your life than anything else. But the things you enjoy now might not always be the same. Which might be a good thing, because then you might end up being 30 years old, still playing Fortnite in your parents' basement. You'll meet new people in your life that'll show you new things and new experiences that you never thought you'd enjoy. Who knows what that might be? But in order for you to truly have fun in whatever you're doing, it's always important to smile. Like Buddy the Elf, who just smiles because smiling is his favorite. Just a simple smile or laugh can make a situation seem like more fun than it actually is. Sometimes even being immature can be the most fun. And I know the majority of us here have some experience with that. A little nonsense now and then is relished by the wisest men. Holding on to your childhood manner and fun qualities will allow you to relieve some of the stress that life might bring you and give you greater joy. You never realize that you're making memories when you're having fun. And in order for yourself to be happy, you need to remember the things that have made you happy in the past, and some of the best memories take place here in high school. I wish there was a way to know that you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. And although half our good old days consist of just walking up and back from gamings to get to school, the memories made here are eternal. The people we met, the challenges we faced, and even some of the stairs that we tripped over in between classes. Some of the things we tend to remember the most are the small memories that just made us smile. Maybe some encounters here will help us in our future. Maybe we'll actually use the reliable websites online instead of Wikipedia like our teachers tell us. But like Michael Scott said, Wikipedia is the greatest thing ever, because anyone can say anything about any subject, so you know that you're getting the best possible information. While some moments are unforgettable, others can be harder to recall. Photographs open the doors into the past, but they also allow a look into the future. Take pictures, because every moment in your life is worth remembering, and sometimes we don't know what's truly important to us until years later. Things like school dances and sporting events never seemed important to us until they were over. Once we're older, looking back on these days and pictures we've taken will be bittersweet. You're only here for 4 years of your life. Days like this can never be repeated. It was only a week ago we were taking exams and, unfortunately, losing our last class of the classes. And now here we sit for the last time as high school students at Slinger High School. Some of you might never come back, but most of you will remember the times you wish you could have back with those you've grown with. All we can do now is stay close to those that mean the most to us and never let those memories fade. As you age, you tend to think about and remember the small things. Those moments that seem pointless standing alone, but altogether make up the tremendous life that you live. However you live that life shouldn't be about being scared to make a mistake or worrying too much about the future that you forget to have fun. It should be those choices and actions that never fail to make you happy. So decide now what makes you truly happy and allow that to lead you to a successful life. I hope I get the chance to see you all again one day, and I wish you the very best.
Thank you, Caleb and Emily. We are very proud of our great school district, whose greatest strength lies in our dedicated teaching staff. Today's guest speaker has been an important part of Slinger High School.
Mr. Strand never backs down from a challenge and goes the extra mile in the Slinger community, all while teaching his students. In and out of the classroom, his positive attitude is quite the tribute. The class of 2018 will remember him as always having a sense of humor, passion for what he teaches, patience, kindness, and his many life lessons. Mr. Strand never fails to bring the brighter side out of the darker days and is the difference between an educator and a connected teacher to the students. Please welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Strand.
I want to start by saying I really hate speaking into a microphone, so bear with me. Hi. First of all, I want to say thank you. Thank you to all the parents, grandparents, family members, and friends who have supported each of these students, not just today, but throughout their journeys here. Thank you to my colleagues for setting an incredibly high standard of not only how to instruct, but how to devote ourselves to the students' lives. And thank you to the class of 2018 for bestowing upon me this great honor. I just have two questions. How much of this is payback for all those speeches I made you give? And how on earth am I going to stand still during this entire thing? So Matt Weatherall, get your notebook ready. As I prepared for this speech today, I racked my brain to think of the one message I can send all of you away with. What was the one last thing that I wanted to teach you before you left those doors? I thought I would stress the importance of family and how all of you will be members of the Slinger family forever. But you already know that. I thought I would talk to you about the power and the importance of positive thinking, of looking for the good in every situation, or at least the potential for good when the clouds have gone. But you are all masters of that. I thought about talking about how today is the first day of the rest of your lives, but that's the most cliche thing that I could think of. So, as I sat there and I stared at my blank computer screen for what seemed like hours, an epiphany struck me, and I realized that I had no lessons to teach you because I was overrun with all the lessons that you have taught me. So, I hope you will indulge me. But instead of telling you how you should all live your lives when you leave here, I want to share with you how you have changed mine while you were here. All right, so this class made an impact on me from the very beginning, before you guys even entered Slinger High School. It was at cross-country practice, which starts about 2 weeks before the school year. And a young man came up to me and he said, "I'm going to be the best runner that this school has ever seen. I'm going to break records, and I'm going to end my career on the podium at state." And this year, that young man proved to me that dreams do come true if you work hard enough. Since then, I have seen so many others achieve their dreams as well. Whether that dream was continuing an athletic career in college, enlisting in the armed forces, pursuing the dream of becoming an Olympian, or finding a full-time job before graduation. These goals have simply paved the way for all of the great things that you will continue to accomplish. Lesson 2. When the members of KISS, a giant T-Rex, a sumo wrestler, and an astronaut walked through these halls just 2 weeks ago, I learned that it is important to not take yourself too seriously. A lesson that I did not need, but was very nice to have that reaffirmed. When the talent show made its triumphant return this year, I heard the raw skill that these students possess. Acoustic guitars, Fleetwood Mac, harmonies, a cappella, piano, marimba, the talent was superb. It was this day that I learned that maybe Slinger was a little bit more like High School Musical than I originally thought. Just this weekend, I was taught another lesson. I learned that we do things when we are afraid, uncertain. That we do things that we know will hurt. We do them despite our anxiety. I learned that we do them for our friends, for our teammates, and for ourselves. And I learned that the things worth doing should make us a little afraid. When these students were faced with tragedy, I saw them rise up. I saw them come together. I saw them fight for what they believe in. I saw them trust their own voices, and I saw them grow strong. That is a strength that has inspired many, and that is a strength that you must never lose. When students invite me to see their volleyball games, to appreciate their art projects they just finished, to hear them sing at the spring concert, to read the paper that they wrote for someone else's class, to admire their collection of Botts trophies, and to check out all the latest news articles in the Slinger High School online newspaper, The Night Crier. The list goes on and on. But these invitations allowed me to see that they valued my opinion. But more importantly, it allowed me to see the immense pride that each student had in what they do and in themselves. I could go on and on, but the final lesson that you have taught me is that I truly love my job. To see you all grow, to see you prosper, and to see you make yourselves happy is the most fulfilling thing that I could hope for. Finally, I leave you with this. You will be a member of the Slinger family forever. Positive perspective is everything. This is only the beginning for all of you. All of these are cliches, but all of these are true, and that's because you have made them so. Slinger is a special place, and the class of 2018 is the reason why. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Stratton. Corey Nicholas Alder. Tanner Mercedes Allen. Jacob Edward Amina. Jamie Lynn Bader. Roberto Barrera Sanchez. Faith Michelle Becker. Lathan Walter Becker. Madison Marie Becker. Tyler Adam Becker. Alexander William Becker. Shane Mark Pelican. Abigail Rose Bellin. Matthew John Bennett. Alyssa Marie Behrens. Keegan Joseph Berger. Calvin Norbert Behrens. Brooklyn Faith Bingham. Jennifer Ann Blair. Ryan Mark Glacier. Jason Mark Bolt. Mitchell Davis Brenberger. Elizabeth Rose Breyer. Catherine Mary Breyer. Sophie Morgan Brewer. Madison Amber Kruger. Jacob Howard Budman. Jaden Allen Bittner. Alexa Marie Bullis. Kayla Michelle Berg. Thomas Jeffrey Berg. Justin Daniel Burns. Isabella Brooks Bussey. Jack Andrew Cairns. Anthony Edward Callan. Nicole Elizabeth Carlson. Henry Lee Clark. Nicholas Anthony Consiglio. Caitlin Marie Daniel. Brett Matthew Darren. Tyler Joseph Dowden. Sydney Grace Dawn. Tyler James Tuaro. Jade Marie Dexter. Daniel M. Dornan. Alexandra Kim DuPont. John Edward Ebert. Tyler Matthew Evans. Alicia Romaine Everett. Lance Jerome Fagan. Alexander Joe Bellucci. Matthew Edward Feewaker. Emily Ann Fisher. Mariah Ann Flynn. Abigail Rose Ford. Joanna Grace Fox. Christopher Kenneth Freeman. Samuel James Freeman. Cade John Gelder. Callie G. Yeshke. Emily Lynn Hillen. Jade Robert Gint. James Richard Golden. Tyler David Goodnam. Brady Abrams Ramon. Megan Lori Grunke. Gabrielle Joy Green. Michael Todd Greenfield. Cameron Paul Grove. Pastor Thomas Bruno. Jessica Rose Parent. Abby Lynn Hamlin. Jake Dean Hannes. Sarah Ann Hart. Brady Robert Vittoria. Danielle Elizabeth Hayes. Eric Daniel Helen. Carlene Marie Herman. Abigail Faith Herman. Austin James Anzelka. Kelly Ann Hockenham. Aaron James Howell. Morgan G. Howell. Chelsea E. Cherry. Christopher Lee Jandro. Catherine Joyce Jaquez. Ryan John Jaquez. Jared David Jasperson. Alexandra Holly Johnson. Elizabeth Ruth Johnson. Karina Marie Jordan. Jessie Marie Casimiro. Haley Autumn Kolkoff. Hannah Marie Kaminsky. Rachel G. Kania. Kasha Rose Cabot. Rebecca Janice Kasperson. Marina Cataneva. Jack Andrew Penninger. Jacob Avery Klinger. Jason Joseph Kling. Mariah R. Cook. Allison Kathleen Kerner. Caleb Douglas Kovacevic. Emma Jean Kreiser. Mitchell William Krumhaus. Ryan James Cusack. Alexis Nicole Lacey. Riley Keith Latch. Leah Delaney LaJoyce. Jocelyn Romaine Larson. Mason Walter Levanley. Dylan Michael Lawan. Dylan Richard Lemke. Griffin Thomas Litzow. Sarah Irene Lau. Alex Damon Lowell. Megan Marie Genevieve Mack. Aaliyah Ray Marisette. Nora Rose Martin. Austin Davis Martinez. Devin Allen Mason. James Eric Matheson. Mitchell Sean McCready. Madeline Paige McLaughlin. Matthew David Mayo. Michael John Matowski. Morgan Rose Michael. Greta Migliore. Darius Aubrey William Miller III. Hunter Michael Mildred. Mason Riley Mochild. Autumn Rose Mora. Catherine Martin Muller. Alexander Timothy Newell. Alyssa Marie Murphy. Michael Neely. Abby Ann Nenninger. Jake Douglas Knott. Joseph Philip Newman. Rock Henry Noreen. Alexis Violet Oderman. Austin Michael Omar. Benjamin Kenneth Pardo. Lindsay Marie Passett. Emma Kathleen Patton. Michelle Janet Perry. Timothy Jordan Peters. Brady Paul Peterson. Melanie Ann Petrov. Miranda Lynn Race. Macy Elise Raisdale. Brooke Marie Ralph. Noah Roy Raymond. Megan Rose Retzlaff. Hannah Elizabeth Ritger. Rebecca Joy Rodenkirk. Matthew Anthony Rogers. Mew Ron Camillans. Alexander Matthew Rosser. Emily Elizabeth Rotenhofer. Derek Scott Saban. Zachary Christopher Sherbert. Maxwell John Schickert. Noah Taylor Schilling. Abigail Elizabeth Schmidt. Eric James Schmidt. Jade Nicole Schmidt. Justin Lee Schmidt. Kyla Regine Schmidt. Ronald Joseph Schmidt. Zoe Alexandra Schmidt. Samuel Parker Schmidt. Haley Josephine Schmidt. Taylor Louise Schultz. Alec Joseph Schwinn. Joshua Ryan Screamo. Matthew Edward William Shea. Nathan Samuel Shirley. Adrian William Seamus. Kevin Michael Simmons. Joseph Robert Scubo. Lucy Irene Suzuki. Ryan James Smiley. Hannah Lee Stabber. Philip Thomas Staymakers. Logan Eric Stegmeyer. Matt Jerome Stubble. Aaron Dean Strussel. Ryan Matthew Stroh. Mamala Swari. Alyssa Anna Mary Tennis. Graham Patrick Thomas. Robert James Timlin. Nicholas Adam Trainer. Allison Ann Trice. Madison Joy Ullman. Marissa Jordan Hunting. Chloe Shea Vanderlinden. Sean Paul Valesky. Tyler Thomas Wigger. Renee Lucille Wagner. Noah Robert Waite. Aaron G. Washington. William Zachary Weiss. Kaya Joe Weiss. Nicole R. Wendorf. Jade Athena Marie Wenninger. Matthew Jacob Wetherell. Alexandra Nicole Wetston. Anthony John Wheelan. Nolan Cal Ware. Teresa Marie Wolf. Autumn Cherie Woodkey. Sydney Ann Wonderman. Adam Jean. Willie Zhang. Caleb Daniel Zabel. Jillian Ray Zielinski. Nicholas Robert Scott. August John White. Vicente Ahmad Abed. Nigeria. Graduates.
You have met the requirements of the school district of Slinger in the state of Wisconsin. You may move your taxes.